Captain America in the black suit, killer.
Way cooler.
Definitely a lot cooler.
Like, it was, I'm like, why did you not stay in that?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, he went with McDonald's colors.
Yeah. Which is our American flag.
He was gold and yellow.
This podcast is rated PC for Pew Culture. Pew, 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 pew. All right, welcome to another episode of Pew Culture.
Pew, pew.
It's me, Colion Noir. This guy with a colorful hat on.
I'm Jake.
Yeah, whatever. All right, today we are talking about Winter Soldier.
No, we're not. The character Winter Soldier is involved.
I know, I'm just kidding. We're talking about Civil War.
One of the greatest Marvel films ever created.
All right, so I'll be honest and say this. When you said that initially, because I hadn't rewatched it in some time, and you were like, oh my God, and you were ranting and raving about how awesome it is, I was like, yeah, whatever. I was like, I remember it being good, but I don't remember all this hoopla about it being one of the greatest. And then I went back and I watched it, and I was like, damn, Jake was right. This is actually like prime Marvel.
It was like they were 80% up the mountain peak when they made that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, you have the real introduction of Spider-Man, like where you actually get to see what he does. You have the introduction of Black Panther.
Yes.
You have, and then realistically, this Marvel film is probably the biggest gun guy Marvel film ever made. Like,
Do you think so?
there is so many guns in between.
Which is, I didn't feel like it was very gun heavy.
It is a lot more than most, though. Think about how many guns are in the movie Infinity Wars and Endgame.
Not very many.
This one. This is like it.
Yeah.
Like there's...
But like what? I'm trying to remember. I don't remember there being a ton of guns in there.
So obviously we're going to cover...
Unless they were being wielded by the bad guys.
Well, the bad guys have a ton of guns, but you got to remember Frank Grillo's Crossbones is still in this.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so yes. So, okay. I see what you're getting at.
Anthony Mackie is using the Steyr SPPs.
Yeah.
So, which let's talk about this character for a minute.
I like Crossbones.
No, I love Crossbones. I want to talk about frickin' Falcon.
Okay.
Dude, Anthony. Come on, man. So, Falcon as a character is kind of lame in terms of the superpowers.
He wasn't that lame in this one.
No, he did way more in this one than normal.
Yeah.
But...
And I'm not talking about the actual actor, but more so just...
Anthony Mackie's a badass. I love Anthony.
Yeah.
He is a fantastic actor.
The character is a little... Like, in Civil War, I was like, okay, I can get down with this.
I love Anthony as an actor, and the character Falcon... One, Anthony either needed to be Falcon or he needed to become Captain America. Shouldn't have been both.
I still don't understand that nonsense.
It bothers me very much. In the comic books, I will say that Falcon and Bucky Barnes / Winter Soldier both become Captain America at one point. Okay. So it could have been either of them. But it was never Falcon Captain America. Like Falcon America. I don't know how you put it, but it was never that. What I really want to talk about, though, is his firearm choices. Come on, man. Anthony, your main guns, if you're Falcon and you're flying through the air, and I love Steyr as a company, but the Steyr frickin' little SPP submachine guns with like, what's that, 20-round magazine? How you're dual wielding, you're going guns akimbo, flying, there's a picture of it right there. So at least he had the extended mags on these ones. But you're literally dual wielding these things. And how do you reload when you're flying through the air?
I don't think they're that bad for his character.
They're 9mm. You're shooting Iron Man.
Okay.
Yeah, when you put it like that.
People give me shit all the time for making the Tomorrow Wars guns in 5.56s.
All right, I'll say this much. I think... okay. At first, I was like, okay, yeah, I can see that being part of his little getup, but they should have been MP7s.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
We all would have been like, you know what?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Also, that's way more bougie. Like,
yeah, I mean, but he's flying around with metal wings.
He is, but how expensive are the metal wings?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm agreeing with you.
So MP7s. We need to upgrade from now on.
Yeah, we definitely need to upgrade. But I still don't think the Steyr SPP are that bad.
They're not a bad gun.
Like, no, I mean, like, even for him, like, it still kind of fits.
Distend reality.
Okay.
Go with just the look. Pretend like this shoots a monster killer round.
It works.
It looks great.
Yeah.
But that's not what they did. They said it was a Steyr SPP. So it's a 9mm and it doesn't shoot monster killing rounds. So that bothered me. But like, look at this. Look at all these freaking guns in this movie. First, Black Widow's in it. So Black Widow's just carrying stock Glocks. It's the only thing she does.
The weird thing about that is when I first saw her rocking those Glock 26s, I was like, what is this? This is so stupid. But I actually think they fit her, especially considering what she is and what she does.
She's super utilitarian.
Yeah,
like there's nothing flashy.
Yeah,
it's just
except her.
We're not getting into this. You're not going down this path.
It doesn't matter. I'm going anyway.
I know.
You can either join or you actually don't join.
I'm not going to join.
Really
I'm
weird,
going
really
to
quick.
just be over here. So there's Berettas. There's, of course, there's shit tons of HKs again. VP9.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Who's rocking VP9? I don't remember that.
Jeremy Renner rocks a VP9.
Oh.
Yeah, that's his sidearm. That he never uses.
But that's what I mean by it didn't really feel like there was that much gunplay because though they had them, not a lot, they weren't really utilized that much.
Baron Zemo, he uses guns because he's a bad guy.
Yeah, but
And they're like, hey, guess what? You're a bad guy.
He's kinda
We're going to
weak.
give you the 6906 Smith & Wesson. Like, we're not even going to let you look cool.
he wasn't cool.
He's not.
Nothing about he was the worst evil character I've ever seen.
He was. Yeah, no, he was.
He was
super bad.
like he was just not.
Listen.
He wasn't intimidating. He wasn't cool. He wasn't. He just kind of was. Oh, you're angry.
See, but
oh,
I think
I'm sorry, you lost your family.
I think that's what
cry
they
me a river.
I think that's what they wanted, though, right? Like they wanted someone who came out of the blue and wasn't Thanos. Like you didn't come from outer space. You don't have cosmic powers. You didn't expect it to be him.
No. In all fairness, I will say the movie was supposed to be about the Civil War going on between them, and I do think if they had a villain that was a little bit more pronounced, it would take away from that component of the movie. I will say that.
We don't talk about politics on this and American politics, but we will talk about Marvel politics. Going into the politics of it, technically, Iron Man's the bad guy in this from our point of view.
He very much was.
Like, Iron Man is the bad guy.
Iron Man was
this
acting
film.
like a little bitch.
He was. And then, but the redeeming thing is, at the end, he realized he was acting like a little bit.
He owned his mistake. He did. He owned his mistake.
He came back and he was like, wow, I was beholden to the government.
Yeah.
I am a douche.
Pretty
And
much.
then Captain America's like, yeah.
That's why we can't trust Elon. No, I'm joking.
Okay.
But you have to think about it. It's always it's an interesting balancing act when you have someone like that, right?
Yep.
Because they have the power and the ability to challenge the government in many ways, while at the same time, if they decide to go on the side of the government in their fuckery, if they are engaging in fuckery, now they've gained an enormously powerful ally.
Yep.
So it's like so that's the danger with having those types of people.
Well, and the interesting thing is, like, comic books and comic book movies have covered this forever, right? Like, you think back to the Justice League going on strike, right? Because they're not allowed to work anymore because the government told them that they're not allowed to do anything with their superpowers. You're trying to tell Superman and Batman that they're not allowed to work, so they create a picket line. And they pick it. Come on, man. It's like you can't even nuke the dude and do anything about it.
Real
like,
talk. There's nothing. Like, there's
what are you gonna do? So you're beholden to the government. What are you trying to brainwash us with?
That's why I fucks with. That's why. That's why I fuck with Captain America.
Oh, he's so
because
good.
he's super hardcore America, but at the same time, when the government was doing some. Well, not even the government, but just on the global stage. When they were doing some F shit, he was like, no, I'm not down with that.
He's Captain America. He's for the people and the nation. He is not for the government.
Yeah.
Which
people tend to confuse that. People don't realize that.
Let's remember who made this movie. This is a Disney film, right?
Yeah.
How ballsy was it for them to do it? Like, to just go, you know what, we're just going to lean into this, and we're going to let it play like it did in the comic books.
I think it was largely because they understood the power of the source material, so they just let it happen.
Yep.
Right? And then when they got towards the end of that source material, That's when you started getting people injecting their own kind of personal politics.
Yep. It was a ballsy film for sure. Yeah. And I mean, remember, Marvel films are not gun guy films. They're not. Like there are no superhero movies. I mean, you even look at Batman, right? Batman typically is using gear because he's not super powered. He's using gear, but he's still not going to guns.
Yeah. I still think to this day is a mistake.
Oh, for sure. Like, if you gave Batman guns, okay.
But then it kind of kills the whole.
I was going to say there wouldn't be much of a movie. You'd be like, "Hey, what's up? Here's a billionaire dude, and oh, by the way, you're super strong. You're well funded. You get all of the cool new technology that Morgan Freeman is making for you."
I mean, I don't want it to be fair. I don't care.
No, it shouldn't be fair.
Yeah, I don't want it to be fair.
But at the same time, you have to make like a 2-hour movie to get asses in seats. So
I still think they should come out with just do one movie where Batman can use guns. He can kill people.
Like it's like those what if.
Like make one. Shows. I know they did a comic version of it. I can't remember the name.
Well, he does get to kill one person, and Zack Snyder's version, he gets to kill one dude. They call it's the nightmare. The scene is the.
I remember that. Yeah, where he's rocking the scar.
Yep.
And
ACR.
ACR. Yeah. And when I saw that, I was like, yes, let's do more with this.
Expand on it. Please kill all of them. Yeah, like, they're bad guys. They're terrorists. Why are you not killing them?
Just have a nightmare movie.
Yes.
Just and that would be freaking awesome. I'd love it. I'd love every minute of it.
Well, and I think there's the comic book. I've never read it because I haven't had time, but The Killing Joke, where Joker starts killing like everybody. Mm-hmm. I think Batman kills Joker in that. Which I would love to. I need to read that. I would like to see it made make that as a live action movie. Bring Christian Bale back, let him kill the Joker. I don't know who you get to play the Joker at this point.
Damn, yeah.
But
Jake
Gyllenhaal could probably do it. I mean, like you could get someone like Bill Skarsgård, the guy who played It, the clown in It. He's got that kind of creepy smile. Yeah. Like you might be able to get him to do it. The other one is, have you seen the new Dune yet? Dune 2?
Is it already out?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's really good.
It was like a $200 million budget.
200 mil, yep.
Jesus.
You know that's less than what we spend on Fast and Furious, right?
How much they spend on Fast and Furious?
Am I allowed to?
I don't know. You tell me.
They're usually between the cast, crew, filming, and marketing, you're looking at $300 million.
Jesus.
So
how do you even break even? Well, it's Fast and Furious.
It's Fast and Furious.
Over $400 million.
Yeah. So
they got $700 million at box office though.
Golly.
Global. I don't know.
That has to be globally.
To be fair, if you put Dune 2, which I found to be much better than Dune 1.
Dune 1 was terrible.
So Dune 1, so here's the issue.
It was boring.
It's boring, but it's boring because that's how the books are.
Yeah, okay. International, it was only 140, or domestic was only 140 million.
That's normal, though.
Worldwide,
that's
700.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the real down.
Because they got like 8 million of Peter's people, like on
1,000%. Let's talk about something.
What does that mean, sir?
Let's talk about something extremely uncomfortable. Okay. We don't make
Asian
blockbuster Wow.
He said it.
He said it. And they have a microphone now, so he can't even deny it. I know that dumpling voice anywhere, and everyone will know.
You're welcome.
They don't make blockbuster films for the American audience.
Yeah.
It's not for the American audience.
I forget that.
You go to watch it, and you're like, how is Fast and the Furious doing so well? That movie is not made for you. We enjoy them. Yeah. Like there are things about them that we enjoy. Think of the Meg 1, Meg 2.
Yeah.
That film is not made for you. Like they're inserting
I enjoyed it.
I enjoy them, but they're inserting characters into those films who you've never heard of. You can't you can't tell me what the name of the main actress is in that film.
No.
Ching Chong Say.
That was Peter.
Please tell me that was Peter. That was Peter?
It was Peter. It was Peter. It was Peter.
Listen.
It was Peter.
It wasn't dumpling. That's all I have to say.
We're going to start calling you Bow Boy.
Oh, my God. Wow.
Yeah. That was a Peter reference.
Clearly.
We got Dumpling and Bow. Yes.
Oh God.
No, you cannot.
Dumpling Boy's definitely gonna edit that out.
Oh hell yes.
No, I'm leaving it in. I'm actually about to take a note.
That's the best part about not being live is we can go there and then we'll just see what happens from there. It's a Russian roulette because I won't watch the episodes.
You are the Russian roulette.
I actually have cut like 5 things out that Jake said on other episodes already.
Can we keep a ticker like on the bottom where it just says this, like how many times we had to edit out something really bad?
Anytime
for the Patreon.
Yeah.
The Oasis version is on
Literally though,
Heavy Duty Country will definitely subscribe.
anytime you told me to do something in the show, I just put in text "no" on the screen.
All right, so like back to the point here, because again, I don't care. China funds major awesome films, right? They do. The Chinese like movie machine is way bigger than we are now, and they're funding things like Godzilla. Like, how good is the Godzilla show?
The Monarch.
Yeah,
it's absolutely.
It's so good.
Absolutely awesome.
Completely funded by China. Like the whole thing.
I didn't even know that.
So, but that's okay. Like, where do you think these giant $300-400 million budgets come from? Like, Hollywood.
Wait, hold on. Wait. That Monarch was funded by China?
Yes.
There's certain elements. What version of it did they show in China? Because there are certain aspects of Monarch that even made me go, that was just so unnecessary to force that. And
tons, so much, so much. They invest though, right? It's not typically that China is getting necessarily involved in the film itself. Like, I'm not producing it. They're funding it.
They just know they're going to get money.
It's a business. Yeah. Like there's investment groups. The investment group goes, all right, we're going to give this. We expect this back. We need a percentage of this back. Like. People got so mad at John Cena for being like apologizing for saying the wrong place in China or whatever. I don't know if you remember that, but it's like his film was funded by the government. That's why he did that. Like that's why he felt the need to do it.
What do you think that? So I'm seeing in my mind the movie industry softening in America in terms of going to the theater and watching movies.
Do you think it's dipping for sure?
Do you think that culture still exists to the same degree in places like China?
Yes.
I
don't feel like they have the same, they don't have the same access to digital downloads and direct to on demand and things like that. At least most families don't, right? Yeah. So I think it's still a treat for a lot of people over there to go to the theater and see it that way. Yeah. They also have a little bit more cultural, they don't have the same cultural aversion as Americans have now to avoiding everyone else. You know what I mean? That is a thing now. It's
almost cool to say, I don't like people.
Exactly. The antisocial wives club or the antisocial social club. That's a thing that we're almost proud of in America now, which is weird. And I don't think that exists over there. It's a different altogether.
I can definitely see that.
But the movie industry in terms of that's why the international box office always makes 4 or 5 times more than what our domestic box office makes. I mean, a movie like Fast and the Furious that has a $300 million budget and does $146 million, that's still good.
Yeah.
And you sit there and if you know anything about business or math, you're like, what do you mean that's good? You just lost half your money and you spent 2 years making that film. How is this a good thing? Yeah. Because if you made half your budget back here, you're going to make triple that in the international box office, and you're going to make all your money back.
Yeah.
So, and that's just tiny little insight into how these things work, right? Now, that you can almost always tell the insertion of international backing into films based on the characters who are in the films. Mm-hmm. Meg had to pull a top flight actor to make sure that it made money. Hence, Jason Statham. Name another top flight actor in that film.
There wasn't one.
You could maybe say Dwight Schrute. That's the
I'd
only.
say he's more significant than Jason Statham.
He probably is. In terms of acting chops and lovability, probably.
I disagree.
He's way more of a killer than Jason is. That's for sure.
I'm just a Jason Statham.
Have you ever seen Dwight Schrute kill a goose?
Throw a shuriken.
Kill a goose. You just hold it up and you just slit the throat. Make sure there's a bucket there. Listen, anyone who watches the show that's an Office fan though is going to go, I like Jake now. All of them that hated me before are going to now just be on my side.
I don't know about that. That's a lot to get past.
Yeah, well, I'm climbing the mountain. So that's the thing about.
I always forget Cliff Curtis is in everything.
I know, right?
He's in everything and then he's in nothing. It's the weirdest thing.
But you look at things like Meg and you go, okay, I know Jason Statham. Mm-hmm. Now there's a bunch of other actors and actresses who I've never heard of in this film. Why? Why? Like, why is his love interest not Blake Lively? Why is it not like where's the other top flight actors at? It's a business proposition. They don't need him. Like, you just need Jason Statham to pull the box office numbers. The rest can be whoever the producer is, whoever the funding is, can have some say in who that actor or actress is, and boom, done. You're good to go. So that's the difference between the international filmed stuff or the international backed stuff versus just here backed stuff. Yeah. Like, how many top flight actors are in Captain America Civil War? Literally all of them. Like, every single, even minor roles are huge names. Peter Parker and Black Panther. Like, Black Panther had a tiny role in this. And you went out and got a huge actor. Yeah. Peter Parker had a tiny role in this.
But they were also playing off of the fact that they were spinning these characters off.
They were spinning them off into their own worlds. But you're still going to have to drop the coin to get them in for even a 10-minute piece.
Which is true. Which I'm pretty sure they wrote that into the contract initially, though.
100%. Yeah. And they knew that they were going on. And that's why you hear so many actors complain about the Marvel contract, right? You know when you sign it, you're going to be stuck for like 7 movies. Unless you're Jonathan Majors.
Ooh.
Oh, damn. That sucks.
I ain't touching that one.
You know what? Marvel.
Why would you bring it up?
Because it's funny. Like, I'm not involved in any of that. I don't care. He was a really good Kang.
I liked him as Kang. I don't know how people gave him shit from. I liked him in Kang when he was in what's the show called again?
Loki.
I liked him in Loki.
He's a good Kang, and he's a good actor.
Yeah.
He just apparently is not a great person, which, again, I don't know anything about that, and I don't want to be involved. So, but
I mean, okay, now I'm diving into it.
You're welcome, people.
I mean, I saw the video.
I did not.
I saw the video, and
it gave it all away.
He got fucked.
Oh, so you don't think he did nothing? I haven't seen this video, so Elijah, you'll have to play it. No, please don't play it. Please don't do it. I'm kidding. We'll watch it when the episode's over.
I don't think the way they handled it, I don't think it was warranted. The way they just kind of were like, all right, you're done. You
also have to remember you're dealing with Disney, though, and Disney is Disney is the company who's like, nope. Look at Gina Carino. She didn't even do anything. But that's politics. It is, but you got fired and removed. It's not like she beat a dude to death with her heel. She tweeted. She sent out a tweet and got canceled by Disney that fast. Now I'll give what's his name, Jon Favreau credit. He stood up for her for as long as he could, but he, one man versus. But then that also goes to show you, like, a lot of times, and keep in mind, I'm not caping for actors here, but understanding how cutthroat that world is, they can replace you so fast. It makes sense why actors act a certain way they do, especially on certain topics that they will or not speak on. Like, it speaks to it. Like, for a lot of people out there who are like, oh, are you if you were in a position that they were in terms of your job being on the line for those little things, you wouldn't do or say certain things either. There are a lot of talented actors, and you will be the next one gone if you say the wrong thing, right? Yep. Like, I think we all can kind of tell where Keanu Reeves stands on everything, but he doesn't say nothing. And people are like, well, why won't he like come out and do like an interview about it? No, because he's smart. Yeah. He's more intelligent than that. And all he's going to get, if he did, is a bunch of people going, yeah, and that's it. See, and that's the thing.
And then he's fired.
Universally loved right now. Why change that? Like, both sides of it. It doesn't matter if you're Republican or Democrat, conservative or liberal. You love Keanu Reeves. He's a national treasure. Like, so why change anything if you don't have to? Like, and we should definitely get Gina on this show.
Yeah,
we gotta get Gina on this show. Because I think that'll help. And she's gone on to make independent movies. And I love
her character in fucking.
Her character is awesome. Like she played it well. Yeah. She was the exact type of person that needed to be in that role. Like former WWE and stuff is like perfect.
Yep.
UFC, whatever.
Peter, which one is it?
UFC. Okay. Was she ever in the WWE? No. She didn't do professional wrestling. She should have went that route. Ronda Rousey did well, and she's way cooler than Ronda Rousey is. Guess what? That's another one that was in Fast and the Furious too.
My thoughts on Ronda are kind of all over the place.
I think Ronda was a great UFC fighter. I just think that the whole WWE personality is like, ew, what?
She tried a little hard.
It was a little too much.
No one said she was a good actress.
I didn't say she was a good actor.
That's
I said
what I'm saying. You're like
she was good in the UFC.
Yeah, but she wasn't acting.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, I didn't say she should be. It's just like I don't think George St. Pierre should be in Fast and the Furious either, or whatever film that he was in. He was in Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Francis Ngannou was in Fast and the Furious. They showed him for like 4 seconds. They pulled him out of a truck with a parachute and killed him instantly. It was the perfect acting role. He didn't even have to say anything, but he looked badass.
Okay, so actually, let me take that back. I mean, Rhonda, she was in, what was it, 21 Blocks? Was it? Yeah, with Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, it was like 21.
Who was it, Gina?
No, Rhonda.
Oh, Rhonda.
21 Blocks, I think. No, was it not 21 Blocks?
Well, I mean,
16
I know
blocks.
16 blocks.
16 blocks. Sorry, I don't know. I was doing 21 bridges. Wait, was it 16 blocks?
Mile 22.
Mile 22.
We have all the guns from Mile 22. We did that one.
Mile 22. She was actually pretty good in that.
She was not bad in that, but she dialed it down a little bit. Also, when you're in a movie with Mark Wahlberg and Laura Cohen, like you don't really have to even try.
I mean,
like,
Laura Cohen's presence on camera is just bar none.
She's amazing.
Best. Like I'll give her
so
that all day long.
Everything.
Such a good actor. Peter Berg knows what he's doing when it comes to making really, really good high-end action films that hit the action spot without having to tell. Like the people's biggest complaints about Peter Berg and like directors like that are, it's like, well, the story was a little soft. Like, hold on. Here we go. Like, was the gunplay good? Like, did you think Extraction was a well-written film? Or was it just so well choreographed and so filled with amazing action that it made it a good film?
Yeah.
Like, are you telling me that John Wick 4 is a well-written movie? Because really, all we're trying to do is get the kill count up. That's where we're at. How cool can you make this look? How fast can you make it flow? What can you do that other movies haven't?
That honestly was my problem with the John Wick's progressions. I understand the kill count component. I know that was it. I personally would have wished, and this is the intergun guy in me, I wish it was more about just showing off different types of guns.
You would say that.
I'm just gotta be honest, because you can. I mean, the kill count stuff is cool, but
remember how we were talking about the international audience, though.
Yes,
like we know what all those things are.
And they don't.
We know exactly what this is. Now, I will say, the progression of games like Call of Duty and Grand Theft Auto and things like that have made the world of gun knowledge more accessible to the world.
Yeah.
So people are a lot more interested in doing guns and movies correct now.
Yeah.
Because you can't just throw an action film together, i.e. ambulance, using a PDW with no attachments and no optic, and not expect to get called out by everybody, not just gun guys.
Yeah.
Everyone's going, wait a second. What? Like, he's shooting people from like at 100 yards with no optic?
I mean, you're right, though. Call of Duty's done an amazing job at educating a population of people who otherwise have no clue about firearms.
I mean,
because even I look at guns when I'm playing, I'm like, holy crap, like this is dead on.
They do so well on it. And I mean, listen, we make films in London, right? You know what the process is to get an actual firearm into London to make a movie? The cops can't have guns. I have more guns than the police have.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I mean, they have a unit that does have guns.
Yes,
but they're like considered like the SWAT team.
They're like the SWAT team. But the normal bobbies that you see on the street, they just have a
billy clubs.
They got a stick. This is freaking Green Street hooligans like over there.
And here's what's crazy. No, I'll save that for another. That's getting into the political side of things. So,
which you're good at.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Have you ever watched Colion Noir's YouTube channel?
No.
It's spicy. It's all about politics. No, don't go watch it. So let's go back, because according to Elijah's timer, we have under half an hour. And we haven't even talked about Bucky's saw yet.
We really haven't. That's what's so funny.
Listen,
we really haven't.
There's a lot of guns in this film. There is.
Now, I will say this. If there was a perfect character, like if you want to talk about a perfect pairing of firearm with character, it's that. It's this saw and Bucky.
Okay, so think about it.
Because you're going to need that metallic arm to carry this damn thing for as long as you do.
I am super glad that you mentioned that, because so many people were like, wait a second. It's got a bipod. He never uses it. Why? He doesn't even have a grip. He doesn't ever set it down. He's actually using the optic to shoot through. Like, typically speaking, when you're in a movie setting, right, and you have a saw, the optic is the first thing to go out the window because it's so heavy and unwieldy, and you're firing at full auto. Why would you do it? But it's the Winter Soldier. Like, he has a bionic arm that doesn't move, can lock into place. He can be on target all the time. And one of the coolest things about the Winter Soldier is the reason why Civil War did so well is the source material. They went back to the comic book and they said, all right, if we're going to build the Winter Soldier and we're going to do this the right way, what elements were in the original character? And so like they went deep into it. And if you look back on the original comic books, the Winter Soldier was in love with his arsenal. It was outside of his quest to destroy whatever objective he was given. His arsenal of firearms was everything. So much so that on basically every gun that he used in the comic book, he had a palm print reader that if anyone but him would touch it, the gun would explode and kill him.
I mean, he was your consummate gun guy.
Yeah, he was.
He was your because he didn't really need the guns.
No,
he really didn't need them.
He could. He could have just ripped your freaking throat out with their.
But also, he was just being incredibly efficient too.
He was. He just run through people all he wants. Now he picked the saw obviously because it's big. It doesn't run out. I mean, let's get into the breakdown of some of the reasons why he picked this. Right. So this is the M249 saw para. So there is, the original, the Mini-Me. There's the longer version of this. There's the non-collapsible stock version of this. The saw comes in a lot of different forms. The para is the smart form for this, right?
Yeah.
We're not using this as a squad automatic weapon.
It's a solitary individual.
Mm-hmm. So, Collins, what was the original saws developed to do? Do you remember?
No.
So the saw, when FN designed this, saw stands for squad automatic weapon. Yeah. This would have been basically hold them down firearm.
That's what I was thinking.
Right?
I was like large volume of fire.
You're laying down covering fire. You're allowing other people to move into positions, things like that. So for a single operative who is generally speaking doing mostly either assassination work or working on his own, the saw doesn't typically seem like it's the smart choice, right? And most of the time in a military setting, this would have been used as the belt fed. Yeah. One of the coolest things about the saw para is it can be used both in belt fed or in magazine. To add to the cool mystique value of this and also cut down on the amount of times you have to reload on camera, they went with the 100-round Surefire casket mag. FYI, this magazine, if you're going to get into the build process on this, not easy to find anymore. Yeah. They are very expensive. They're pretty highly sought after now, and they just don't make them. Yeah. Like, they're just not around. So this one, we got this whole rig other than the loopholed hammer, which I'll tell you the nightmare of getting that, this whole rig, thank you to Gunspot and Midwest Tactical. These guys provide this stuff. Like, you want Holy Grail? You want impossible to get?
They'll get you Holy Grail and
like,
impossible to get.
They are the Holy Grail finders. So, and like this is a movie prop, so you can't hurt us for that. Okay? That's the rules, right? YouTube said that.
Well, yeah, I mean, all the stuff guns we have on here are movie props.
Yep.
Yeah, so
we're not shooting. When you see us at the range testing these,
that's actual. That's an actual. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's special effects.
Yeah, we're just it's blanks.
Peter's just that good.
And when you see Peter getting smoked up like in the movie Heat, those are squibs. It's not real. Collapsible stock, all good. So when this one came to us, this one was in this was in FDE. So most of the actual military models that we get back come in that. So we Cerakoted this down. We actually made it look used, like it would have been like, dude, it's literally touching a metal arm all the time. It's not going to be pristine and clean. Now the loopholed hammer, okay, or hammer time. That was the hardest piece to find.
Yeah, I don't know why they stopped making those things.
First of all, loopholed, please.
Just make them.
Just make them. It's a pop culture icon at this point, and people are gonna want them. Now, there's a whole bunch of Chinese knockoffs that look like it. So if you want to get into your build and you cannot find a hammer, you can use the Chinese knockoff for now. This one,
still to this day, I look at this thing and it looks like it says hammer instead of hammer.
100%. It does. The R looks like an egg.
It looks like an egg.
So maybe you just fix that. Like, just fix no one uses like stencil type font anymore anyways. So we'll just redesign that for them.
You're actually right. Yeah.
That went out the window like in 2020, 2019 maybe.
Probably why they stopped making them.
They stopped making them because they were ashamed of their type font choices. I'm sure John, the graphic designer, would have something to say about it. So we both work with Loophole, though.
Yes.
We're very, very close with them. I do their movies, and he does
stuff.
What do you do?
I recently just actually, as a matter of fact, I just went on a hunt with Loophole. I'm about to release the video.
What did you hunt for?
It was an elk.
Did you kill it?
Yes, I did. Why'd you say it like that?
Because I'm surprised.
Well, why are you surprised?
We're all surprised.
Shut up, doughboy.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
What did you do with it?
I started eating it.
And you didn't bring any?
I mean, not here. My house, yes.
How many, you literally are like, hey, Jake, can you send me that gun? Can you send me that machine gun? Yeah. And you're like, you're not even like, hey, I killed a giant ass elk that I'm not going to be able to eat all of it. Do you want some?
Well, see, so here's the thing about that. So technically, it's not at my house. It's at my friend's house. And the reason it's at his house is because he has a deep freezer and I don't.
Dude, you should get a deep freezer. Did you not live through COVID?
I did.
How much toilet paper do you have right now?
Enough.
I don't believe it.
I have enough toilet paper.
If you don't have an entire garage full, it's not enough.
I actually have like a ton of like wet wipes.
You're not allowed to flush wet wipes.
Says who?
It says it right on the box.
Says right on the package. It's like flushable.
You're the reason that Texas is going to shit. It's because you're flushing wet wipes.
That's not my problem. Hey, I just take the information as it comes.
Oh no. So yeah, the hammer is one of those things that once you put it all together, first of all, proportionally, it's perfect.
It really, especially for this, you couldn't pick a better optic setup for this thing.
Yes,
like it's dead on.
It is exactly what, and I mean, you could have went. The other thing is if you wanted to make something that looked like this and you still wanted super high end, you couldn't find a hammer. The next closest thing to this is going to be an Elcan, right?
I was thinking the same thing, but goddamn, man, the Elcans are bucky.
They cost more than what you have to overpay on eBay to get a hammer for sure. I mean, you're looking at $2,000 just for the base optic, and then whatever you mount on top. But it would aesthetically be
ideal,
closer. It would be closer.
You know what? It would. Yeah, it would. It would. Because the Elcans kind of have this older aesthetic to them.
They do.
Which I think works with this because it has kind of has. I don't want to say old because it's not old. It's just not as refined and new as the hammer can kinda come across.
Well, and this and the way that this is set up, like I would not change a thing.
Yeah.
The only things that I would maybe have done a little different is I would have probably figured out how to have a weapon mount light on this, because there is the scene where kind of Iron Man is like tracking them into the dark rooms. And I was sitting there going like, okay, you know, Captain America is not going to have a flashlight.
Yeah.
Like Bucky, for as strong as he isn't also like holding a flashlight anywhere. Like the one thing this gun could have used would have been a weapon mounted light.
I think that's still pushing it.
Yes and no.
I mean,
but
he's Bucky. I mean, I'm pretty sure he has some type of upgraded vision.
he does not. He has an arm. That's it.
You don't know that.
I do know that.
No, you don't.
What if they did
Source
something
material.
off script?
Huh?
What if something happened off script, even off the comic books, that the writer just knew about?
Go away. Leave. Don't ever say that again.
Okay.
Trying to ruin lives over here.
I'm not saying that a mounted light wouldn't look dope on here. You get one of those big ass Surefire like scout lights, and then throw that bad boy in.
It would definitely have to be proportionally correct, right? Like, I mean,
you couldn't throw on a fucking mini scout. And then,
No.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I was literally watching the scene where Captain America gets down with the shield in front of Bucky, and Bucky's over top,
Yeah.
and I'm like, it's freaking dark in here.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's Iron Man, but at the same
But
time,
Iron Man's chest is fucking glowing.
yes.
So
But before he walks in the room, who's to say that, you know, freaking Black Widow doesn't come in to try to convince Cap to not do it? Like, and she doesn't have a glowy thing.
that's what I'm saying. That's how you know it's Iron Man.
Right. But what happens if she attacks you?
What do you mean?
She was technically on Iron Man's side at the beginning.
Yeah, but if she walked in, you know it wasn't Iron Man because her chest isn't glowing, even though it kind of is.
God dang. Oh, dude.
All I'm saying
I'm
is,
leaving.
I saw that from my.
not only does his chest glow, his eyes glow too. You know it's Iron Man.
First of all, I'm going to ruin you on that one. He's not wearing a helmet in that scene.
okay, so his chest is glowing.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, doesn't he get his chest ripped out in that scene?
No,
too?
but he tries to rip his chest out, but it doesn't happen because who stopped him? I forgot.
Did Cap stop him?
I think it was Cap. Yeah,
Cap's like,
Cap.
don't kill him.
Yeah.
So,
Now
yeah.
I will say, one of the dopest shots in the movie is when Iron Man is laying down, and the shield is sticking out of his chest.
Yes.
After he thought Cap was about to kill him, and he's just laying there. You see the shield just kind of poking up. I thought that was a dope shot. Like that's a sick
right
shot.
there. Yeah. That's... Didn't kill him, though.
Very indicative too, because it's like my dad made that shield, little bitch. He was acting like a little baby in this whole movie.
That's what dealing with the government will do to you.
At least Black Widow came to her senses relatively quickly.
She didn't actually... I don't think Black Widow wanted to be involved.
She didn't.
And so... And especially because she was already a brainwashed operative to begin with. Like, she had to have been like, man, this feels similar. Like, I probably don't want to be involved in this. But I am excited to have you do the Bucky range test.
Yes.
That'll be really cool.
That would be freaking
Working on trying to get Sebastian to come out and do it with us. I think that would be pretty badass.
Yeah.
And then obviously our top-down prop builds with this will be really fun. It won't be super long because there's not that much going into it.
Gun mag.
But at the same time, it'll be really interesting to see
Maybe if you found a way to incorporate a light.
Yeah, we could do
And
that.
that would be
we could do that.
kind of a cool way to say, all right, we just upgraded Bucky's.
The other thing is I was always really
Because
surprised
we
on.
can't see a fucking tin metal can with a glowing chest in the dark.
What I'm saying is what if it wasn't Captain America or Iron Man and someone else walked in and you couldn't see them, so you were just like,
But you knew it wasn't Iron Man.
yes, but Iron Man wasn't the only person on Iron Man's team.
Okay.
All I'm saying is that What if it is whoever, and you're just like, guess what?
Well,
Bucky is brainwashed. He's just going to start blasting
No,
away.
that's not true. Because the only person it could be is Black Widow. Because freaking Black Panther would be shining vibranium, purple and shit, when he walked in. So you
Did
see
he
that.
hit people? Because you don't just shine vibranium.
No, the vibranium glows.
All I'm saying is if you had a weapon light and the door opened and it was someone on your team, you would be able to use the light and go, oh, shit. That's not someone else on Iron Man's team.
Okay, but can any of those people see in the dark?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, the only person who could probably see in the dark is who?
Iron Man.
Exactly. So everybody's disadvantaged at that point, because if it was anybody else on Iron Man's side, they would open the door. They can't see in the dark. They can't even see who's there to begin with, so that there's not really much of a threat there.
But then if he had a weapons light, he would have the advantage.
Thank you, Peter.
Fucking
Right?
side
I
of
mean,
Thank you.
that's
See,
what-
you get what I'm trying to say
That's
here.
what I'm saying. Like,
Wah, wah, wah.
I feel like nobody with just a bionic arm has an advantage over
Okay.
Iron Man anyways.
So Iron Man's side, War Machine can see in the dark just like Iron Man
He
can.
was too busy doing PT.
He was too busy not walking. Black Panther can see in the dark. Spider-Man can see in the dark. And Vision can see in the dark. Literally the whole team, with the exception of Black Widow, could not see in the dark.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh, good. And I mean, let's be honest.
I didn't know Black Panther could see in the dark.
Yes, Black Panther could see. He's got the helmet.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And let's be honest. This whole thing shouldn't have even. The whole fight shouldn't have lasted like 5 seconds, anyways, because Captain America's team had Scarlet Witch on it, and you end up finding out what Scarlet Witch can do. Like, she's like third most powerful
on the planet.
on the planet, like in the whole universe. And like number one most powerful is Adam Warlock.
Okay, yeah, true.
Adam Warlock, and he wasn't even.
What is number 2, Thor?
No, Thor's like 5, something like that.
Who's
yeah.
number 2 then?
Number 2 is most power. That's gonna be funny. Kang's number 20.
I actually like Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch is awesome. And did you ever watch WandaVision? It's really weird,
You told me
but
about
love
that.
it.
I never really went back and watched it yet.
I really like it. So actually, the number 1 is, and it's only in the multiverse. They haven't introduced him. I don't know if they're going to in the comics, is One Above All.
That's a little bit on the nose.
It was. They use that character to like destroy the cinematic universe or the
Gotcha.
comic universe and start over.
What about Marvel?
Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
She's up there. See, I need just the I need just the people who are out. I heard Sentry, so Sentry's super high on the list, and they're coming out with him. I heard, I don't know if this is still true, that Keanu might play Sentry, which would be really cool. Boop, boop, boo. So many of these have never been. So this is
Scarlet
the first.
Witch is higher than all the other characters that are currently in the...
Yeah, she's super high up there.
But she's number 11 in the whole universe.
They put Captain Marvel.
But she seemingly, in that whole movie, she seemed to just kind of hold herself back.
Well, you got to remember. So this was right after
Captain Marvel's
I mean, they're fighting about the Sokovia Accords.
Gotcha, yeah.
Like this is right after Silver Surfer, died. Her brother.
And she's still all in her feelings about killing those people in Nigeria.
Yep.
So she's acting all weird and stuff.
They put Apocalypse as less powerful than Thor. That's interesting. This list is based off the comic book too, and not the Marvel universe, the cinematic.
Because the strongest we've seen would be Captain Marvel, would not.
Scarlet Witch is
within the
Captain Marvel's 2 behind Scarlet Witch on this list.
okay.
Yeah, Scarlet Witch is more powerful than Captain Marvel. Let's see who they.
It's crazy because she doesn't come across that way.
So they rank.
Yeah, I
You see
guess.
flashes of it, but it's like
Scarlet Witch is number
I don't think
1.
she has the personality for it, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Scarlet Witch number 1, Captain Marvel number 2, Thor 3, Hulk 4, Doctor Strange, Iron Man, Vision, which that's strange. You put Vision as not as powerful as Iron Man. He can literally like go through walls and stuff. I guess at the end of the
Vision
day,
was a letdown, dude.
well, he had his programming wouldn't let him do a lot of the stuff he wanted to do. Druig, Star-Lord, no, this list is fake. I like Star-Lord, but he's not number 9 in all of the universe.
Well, if he became
If he would have become what Ego was, then yes.
then he could have that place.
And we're getting a standalone Star-Lord movie, so that we'll get to see what he actually does. Because he is one.
Where does Black Panther rank?
Black Panther is...
He's my favorite for obvious reasons.
Because he's based off a cat? I know you like cats.
No, I just like the color black.
Oh, okay. That makes way more sense.
Assholes.
He's obviously in the... He's not in the top 10 according to this.
I mean, I didn't assume at any point he was in the top 10.
The other thing is that's only ranking the good guys. Like Thanos is. Like
Yeah, that's true.
one-on-one,
Yeah,
who
yeah.
beats
Witch
Thanos?
destroyed Thanos one-on-one. He
And-
literally had to call in a freaking galactic airstrike.
And I agree with that. Yeah, they have He Who Remains as number 3, but not Kang. Kang and He Who Remains are two different things. Both played by Jonathan Majors at the time. I heard they were just going to remove. There you go. Arashim the Judge is number 1 right now in terms of the highest ranked. They couldn't kill that guy. They just kind of like put him back in a box. They were like, yeah, we'll deal with that later. Bucky ain't going to be able to do much with this saw against that guy.
Yeah, no.
There's so many other ones that people forget about too, like Dormammu and Dormammu in Doctor Strange. The only way Doctor Strange beats him is by continuing time over and over and over again. But no one can beat him.
Imagine dying like thousands of times.
He ends up winning at the end. But the only reason is because he could see the futures, and there was only one way to do it, and that was it.
So that technically means he's stronger.
He is. Dormammu frickin' is still out there too.
No. That means that Strange is stronger than him.
No. That means Doctor Strange got an implement that allowed him to beat him. But what happens if he loses that implement? He's not strong. He can't. He wouldn't have known how to do
But
it.
he has it right now, so he's stronger.
He actually does get it stolen in
Yeah, he doesn't have the time.
in Madness. Yeah, he loses it.
So then he's not stronger at that time.
No, if Dormammu came back, he'd be screwed.
What is Dormammu's biggest strength?
Controlling everything.
So if he lost that, he would be.
That's basically it, right? I mean, he freaking like takes
Just
over
look at the
people and controls everything. He's a galaxy basically.
So he's a black hole.
Yeah. Man, there's so many jokes there that are just so not okay.
Oh my gosh, it just clicked. Shit.
So many jokes. You can't say things like that.
Not around grown 12-year-olds.
Yeah, freaking dumpling boy.
I was talking about you.
Oh,
You were just laughing at it. Okay, highlighter.
I laugh at all the jokes in my own head. That's how this works. No, shit. So, yeah, I mean, we basically just did a whole episode on one gun from one movie.
I mean,
But
it's
it's super
pretty badass
iconic.
good. Yeah.
Also, we didn't even talk about this. This is the actual shield from Civil War. So the screen used. This is the real one. It got beat up. But
My
pretty
dad
cool.
made that shield. Give it back.
Right there,
You
right.
don't deserve it.
Right there's where he hit Iron Man,
Man with it.
chipped the paint.
That's pretty cool.
Frickin' jerk. Could have just.
And I love
died.
Iron Man. Don't get it twisted.
Pay your taxes.
I love Iron Man before and after that movie.
Yeah, I can
Like,
see that.
I don't like the way Iron Man was
Yeah.
in that film.
Yeah,
but
no.
I just wanted Iron Man to win, even though I didn't support him because I like him more than Captain America. But
I like
you
Captain America.
communist bitch.
I like
it's not
Captain.
even about the political
leave.
side.
I will say this though. Captain America in the black suit, killer.
Way cooler.
Definitely a lot cooler.
Like it was. I'm like, why did you not stay in that?
Yeah, because at
Right.
the end of the day, he went with McDonald's colors.
Yeah. Which is our American flag.
He was gold and yellow.
Oh yeah, you were. You're right.
Gold
You're
and
right.
red.
You're right. Yeah, we're
That-
missing the yellow. Yeah.
Which basically is like McDonald's is almost more symbolic than a. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
pretty sad.
I tried looking up pictures.
I know, right? Over 4 billion burgers sold.
Yeah, they should have stayed. He should have stayed in that black suit, and
That
that's
black
not
suit
just because
was
I like
kick
black.
ass.
That like legitimately was.
But that's the
badass.
thing is War Machine looks way cooler than
Yeah,
him.
he does.
Not as streamlined, but way cooler.
Well, because War Machine looks like he's the like fucking.
looks like a frickin' War Machine.
He looks like the distressed version of Iron Man.
Well, I think they explained that too. Like when they were like, "Well, why's your suit like that?" He's like, "Because when I show up, people need to understand. Like,
I've been through things.
yeah, this is like his legs not working. They should have given him like super awesome giant legs."
I just imagine this dude that's like 20 feet tall.
All right, we're gonna end the show, but I'm gonna end it on Terrence Howard or Don Cheadle.
I mean, Terrence Howard has the personality. I think he would have given he would have given a little bit more energy to the personality. Don Cheadle kind of coming off as just very straight arrow, just straight down the middle.
If I would have had it my way, it would have been Tim Meadows. Funny War Machine. That would have been awesome. The 80th man. Hey there, sweet thing. Kind of interest you in a tuna fish sandwich?
Oh no!
I love that movie. Oh, it's so good.
It would just start feeling like Deadpool. I don't,
Dude,
yeah.
speaking of, I can't wait to cover Deadpool Wolverine. It's going to be fantastic. Mostly just airsoft guns, but going to be fantastic. Ryan Reynolds is the only person in the human in all of human existence that could have convinced Hugh Jackman to come back and do it one more time. And it's going to be phenomenal. And not just him, convince Jennifer Garner to come back and be Elektra.
Yeah.
Maybe Brad Pitt or Ben Affleck. I don't know. Brad Pitt, I think, is coming back in a small role. Because if you remember, Brad Pitt was in Deadpool. He was part of the special forces team he put together. That he was invisible until he hit the electrical wires.
Oh my
He
gosh,
got electrocuted, and they showed it was Brad Pitt.
that is hilarious.
It's so good. All right, hey, let's wrap up and go watch Deadpool.
All right.
You can do it. I'm leaving.
Well, that was another awesome episode of Pew Culture. Pew 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 pew. I'm Colion and Jake.
I forgot this.
Can you make your? That was Jake. Until next time.